1 minute until showtime.
Looked about like a one, I don't know, 104, something like that. We can do one.
Let's do
one more time.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
That's about as good as we're going to get. That's okay. Thank you, guys.
Good. That's good.
Appreciate it.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, from the world's most famous beach, from where beach racing began, it's the Legends of Racing radio show, live from racing's North Turn Beach Bar and Grill in Ponce Inlet, Florida. The Legends of Racing radio show with your host, Buzz McKim, and co-host, Gary Keller.
All righty. Holy
I'm
cow,
telling
what a
you
crowd.
right now.
What a crowd, what a crowd. It's amazing. We thank you all for being here today, and we have got a rip snorter of a show.
Yeah. See my hat here? It says Legends of Racing. This is what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think?
Yeah. We got Donnie Allison right here, Jeff Bodine in the middle, Ernie Irvin on the end there.
It don't get no better.
Boy, that's for sure.
You talk about the seat in the house. This is it.
Yeah, and all
This
you
is the
folks out
Super
there,
Bowl.
we
This
hope
is
you're
Super
watching
Bowl.
in. Yeah, all the folks out there.
Yeah.
We hope they're watching in, and hope you're going to enjoy what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And it should be a pretty quick hour, unfortunately.
Well, wait a minute, guys. I see another legend out here.
I did.
Rusty Wallace is right there.
Oh,
Hey, Rusty.
He should be up here.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a legend. Hell yeah.
We can't ever get Rusty to come in the house, but we'll take him as a viewership. You're good, Rusty.
He came in to see us. Thanks, Rusty.
Yeah.
We got to get him
Man.
on here talking about his motorcycles one day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man, so what was it like to race within one of each other? You caught Donnie at the tail end, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
So what was it like to race with Donnie Allison?
Well, we were just talking about that. He was talking to people about me a lot. I said I just was talking to people a lot about Donnie. Donnie, when I got into cup racing, he helped me a lot. He gave me a lot of advice. And I'll never forget the one advice. I said, what do you do with your feet when you're going around there? You're wide open, so you're just pushing the gas, right? He said, I put my left foot underneath the seat. I tried that. I said, I got to have my left foot out there in case I got to put the brake on. That's how we drove around Daytona. But, yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah.
This guy next to me, Ernie, we're going to be partners. Believe that.
What are you guys
Yeah,
going to
and
do?
a business partner. Yeah, we're Rocka Vodka. Who likes Rocka Vodka?
Yeah. We'll
Well,
take that.
Yeah. No, it's
Who likes vodka?
yeah.
Who likes vodka? That's
Well, I know you do. I do too. But yeah, we're going to promote this throughout the year. So when we get going, go on our website, rockavaca.com, find out where we're going to be. We're going to be all over the country.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Donnie Allison, you have to think, here's a guy, Hall of Famer. He was silent but deadly, wasn't he? I mean, think about it. He made it all happen in 1979. He was the viewership profile of NASCAR, right, Buzz?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the ones that put NASCAR on the map nationally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Cal. Cal didn't know what he was doing, isn't that right?
Yeah, maybe y'all liked it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
we would have a tripod here, 3-time winners, if only Cale wouldn't have gotten away, Donnie, because you had that damn race. But you know, God had a destiny, and He had a plan for NASCAR at the time.
Well, we didn't. I'm not going to talk anything bad about Cale because he's not here to defend himself, just like Bobby. You know, Bobby's left us also. But I can tell you, in all honesty, the son of a bitch wrecked me.
Yeah, we saw it. He wrecked you about 3 times before he really wrecked you.
Yeah.
Well, that was the problem. You know, we got together down the back straightaway. And for the people that don't know, I'll tell you this little story real quick. They fined Bobby, Cale, and I $6,000 apiece. Supposedly going to give us $1,000 a race back, but only $5,000 of it back. They're going to keep $1,000. And they put Bobby and I on probation, but not Cale. And for you people that don't know, it pissed Bobby off pretty bad. So he appeals it.
Yeah.
I did not appeal. Never appealed anything. But they sent me a notice that I had to go to the appeal. The appeal was in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so we go over there. They got a motel room set up with a video camera, 2 seats, like in a movie theater. And it's Les Richter, John Riddle, Joe Epton. There was 4 or 5 NASCAR officials there. And so Bill Gazaway says, we all shook hands, saw each other. Bill Gazaway said, I want to ask you a favor. He said, I'm going to show this to you one at a time. Bobby said, show what? And they said, the wreck. Bobby said, I didn't appeal the wreck. I wasn't in no damn wreck. And so they said, well, we have a room across the hall. Would you mind staying over there while Donnie sees it? So anyway, he said same thing to me, wanted to show the whole thing in its entirety. It's only the wreck, and I had told Bill France Jr. that afternoon, after the thing was over, what happened, my side of what happened. And he said, well, we didn't see that on CBS. I said, by God, you wasn't looking. So anyway, I told him, I said, Cale hit me in the back bumper before we ever hit side to side. We started off turn 2, and what I should have done, I should have came down, which I didn't. But anyway, he ran into the back of me coming off turn 2 and turned me a little sideways. Well, I had a lift. When I lift is when he hit me in the side. And then it was crash, 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 crash. So I said, okay, you son of a bitch, when we get up here, we'll both be wide open. Anyway, that's the truth. Bill France Jr.
Yeah. I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You talk about the NASCAR drivers that convert over to Indy 500 series. Donnie Allison was really the first to do it. Am I right, Buzz?
Oh, yeah, Rookie of the Year,
Rookie of the Year.
For A.J. Foyt.
2 years in a row, he finished 4th and 6th, 2 years in a row. I mean, who the hell accomplishes that? Donnie Allison, ladies and gentlemen, it don't happen like that.
Nobody's accomplished that.
Nobody has accomplished that.
Yeah.
You're the man, Donnie. We love you, man.
I enjoyed racing those cars. I ran super modifieds a lot, like Jeff did with the modifieds. He got out of a modified car into a Cup car and ran really well. I didn't have any problem driving an Indy car. I liked it. I tried to get Foyt in '72 to let me run for the championship. And, of course, he wanted to win 4 times. And I told him, if you're going to win the 4th race, you're going to have to concentrate on 1 car, not 3 or 4 like we put in every time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I taught myself out of a ride.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about modified Jeff Bodine.
It's it, man. Right here.
Right here, Jeff Bodine, ladies and
Mr.
gentlemen.
Modified.
Right here.
Thanks, Nick. I just very fortunate, came around at the right time. It's all in
of
this
it.
book. Who has the book? All of it.
All of it.
Yeah, look at it. Well, darn, we can't sell any
Talk
lower.
about a
They all
good
got 'em.
read.
And Donnie Allison just gave me a copy of his book, Donnie Allison,
Yeah.
and so.
But out of 84 races, you won 55 races in the modified series. Man, you were on your way.
That was in 1 year, yeah. That's.
He gave me this book, so he can't get it back.
Yeah, we had a great time in modified. Very blessed, and it went to the Grand Nationals, late models. It went to the Cup cars. So we're blessed, and we're all up here blessed. We've all had some bad crashes. This guy,
No, I'll
Ernie
get
Irvin.
there. Don't worry, Ernie Irvin. I got him covered.
I mean, I don't know if my crash in Daytona with the trucks in 2000 was pretty spectacular.
Real spectacular.
Yeah, but you've had some harder ones.
Mine was a lot easier than yours.
Put that mic up to your mouth there. There you go. Perfect.
Okay, is that
You're
better?
kind of a quiet guy anyway. Don't be shy, Ernie. Come
I
on.
mean, Jeff's crash. I
Nothing
just saw
like
that. I saw that back the other day. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same guy that I come do some stuff with.
Everybody thought
it's
he was
unbelievable.
dead.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Rusty out there has had a few crashes too, haven't you, Rusty? I remember Earnhardt at Talladega.
Rusty's had his share.
Oh yeah, we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Every
those
one of them.
Wallace boys, they got those pearly white teeth, all of them, all three of them, got those pearly white teeth. Look at him grinning like a possum down there. Rusty Wallace, ladies and gentlemen, in the house.
In the house.
Yeah. I mean, Buzz, this is our Super Bowl.
I'm telling you, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. This is our Daytona 500 right here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
with all the race fans here too, it's amazing.
mean, yeah.
Thanks for everybody showing up.
I mean, these are.
I know you didn't show up just for us. That food looks pretty good, so let's get off this stage. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, food's good.
You hungry, Donnie? Always hungry. I know Ernie is.
Hey, Jeff, I was wondering, when you won that first race for Hendrick, were you surprised because the team was so young?
No, not really surprised, but very happy because the week before, it's all in this book, the week before our 7th race with Hendrick Motorsports, Rick came to us and told us he'd spent way too much money than he thought he was going to have to spend, and he was going to have to shut the team down.
Really?
I mean, my
Holy
heart dropped, and Harry Hyde said, Rick, wait a minute, the car's all ready for Martinsville.
Right.
The engine's in it, which it was. Just buy a few tires. You know, Bodine's won some modified and late model races there. We can do good.
Yeah.
So obviously, Rick let us go. Rick and his wife Linda were at Greensboro, North Carolina, at a church conference.
Right.
So they weren't even at the racetrack.
They were not there,
No,
correct?
they weren't there for that.
Yeah.
And how
And he-
important was that win? Back then, all it was important. My first win, his first win, not a big deal.
Yeah.
But how important was it? Look at all the drivers it's created.
Oh, my God.
All the
you're
people,
not kidding.
all the people's jobs that it's
It's
created.
incredible.
amazing, yeah.
Incredible. All because of you.
Well,
Yeah, all because of you, Jeff, and you know it.
yeah, okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got out and changed my own tires. I put the gas. Sure, I did. You got to have a great crew and a great owner. And
it
all
would
that.
not. It would not have happened because I talked to Rick at one point in time, and he told me, he said, if Jeff had not won that race, I would never be where I am right now.
Yep.
You know it. I know it. He knows it. So what do you think? Jeff Bodine, ladies and gentlemen, it don't happen every day. I mean, the man who made Rick Hendrick.
No, I didn't make it.
No,
I didn't. I was just part of it. That's
no,
all.
it
That's
would
good.
not have happened. There's no doubt in my mind. What do you think, Buzz?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's funny how things work out like that, you know?
Oh yeah, no, we're very blessed. The Lord blessed us.
Yeah.
Ernie,
Man,
the Lord
Ernie.
blessed him.
Yes.
Yep, that's
I
for
mean,
sure. You know,
well, all
Oh, yeah.
three of us here,
Yeah.
even Rusty, we're all blessed because if you're a race driver, you're going to crash,
Yeah.
and we all know how to crash.
we were good at that. I was anyway. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say this. There's 4 pretty good race car drivers right here close now.
Yep.
I might be bragging
That's
a little
right.
bit.
No.
But I remember when Rusty came from the Midwest. He was at Birmingham and I was raceway running the late model. They told Rusty, you better follow Donnie. He said, I don't need to follow him. I come around and the caution come out and he's stuffed in the wall up there coming off turn 2. He remembered. and he got another.
He should have followed you.
They got another car out of the trailer, and the next time I pulled out to practice, I looked in the mirror and he was right behind me.
Following you. He learned the hard way. You ever learn the hard way, Ernie?
Just about every time I pull on the racetrack. Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit of story about Ernie Irvin. He won his first race on asphalt at 16 years old. Am I correct there, Ernie?
I think so.
You think so? Yeah. You left for Charlotte in 1982 with $700 in your pocket. You stopped by Las Vegas and you won $200, so you had $900 in the till. You know?
Yeah.
You get there to Charlotte and you think, I'm going to try to make a go at racing. What was your mindset at that point in time? You had $900 in your pocket. You were a welder, so you had skills, right?
Yeah, I mean, I took a job at Charlotte Motor Speedway, helping weld seats. I mean, you have to make some money, and then I met up with Mark Reno, which was a guy that I had done a lot of stuff with before, and so we started building race cars and trying to build race cars to try to be able to race, and so we started racing all the short track stuff in North Carolina, in Concord, and was successful. Didn't win enough, but won pretty good, and so we finally ended up building a cup car, which those are the days that you could do that. I mean, you could build one and basically go out of the racetrack and be able to do it yourself. These days those are all way gone, and so but we were very fortunate to get a good sponsor. I mean, I'm not sure how we did that, except for Kenny Schrader talked Earnhardt into sponsoring our car. Earnhardt was opening a Chevrolet dealership, and he sponsored our car, Earnhardt Chevrolet, on the side, and he didn't give us any money, but gave us a lot of credibility.
How'd you race without money? How'd you race without money?
Well,
he gave us credibility. Well, Mark said that he said, we're going anyway. So we're gonna figure out how to make it work. And
well, you had DK Aldrich in your pocket, man.
Well, no, we didn't. We had Earnhardt's credibility, and then what we did was when I did that, they all thought that I must have been really good because Earnhardt was sponsoring us. So then DK came and he said, hey, can you drive my car for a couple races because I need somebody to make the race. And so we did that, and then we put his number on our car at Riverside and made the race and ran pretty decent. Then we ended up with the Earnhardt Chevrolet car at Charlotte and run 8th or 9th or something. So that started the whole thing, and then ended up DK got a sponsor, and we ran for Kroger for a whole year for Rookie of the Year. So those are all good days, and I'm very proud of that, and very happy it all happened.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Hey, we'll be right back with
come
Ernie,
back.
Jeff, and Donnie.
Come back, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be well worth it.
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. Racing's original North Turn is our broadcast headquarters. If you're looking for a good drink, great entertainment, and the best in food, they're right on the beach at Racing's original North Turn. Come on down to dinner tonight. Here are a couple of testimonials. These are actual testimonials from people who have enjoyed the North Turn. Been there many times, always great food and drinks, great location on the beach. And another, what a great experience. It's my new favorite restaurant in the Daytona Beach area, Racing's Original North Turn on South Atlantic Avenue. That's A1A in Ponce Inlet, about 3.2 miles south of the Dunlawton Bridge and A1A intersection. It's Racing's Original North Turn, a restaurant, museum, bar, gift shop, live music. That's Racing's North Turn. Thanks to you, the original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill has been voted top 10 beach bar in Florida year after year after year. We're back from where it all began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim, and co-host, Gary Keller.
All righty. Thank you so much. We're here with Donnie Allison, Jeff Bodine, and Ernie Irvin. This segment's being brought to you locally by Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, voted one of the top 5 markets in the country by USA Weekend. Visit our Shop Now network and our Shop Now at Daytona Flea and Farmers Market Facebook page for the latest in vendor tours. And also, don't forget about Staples on International Speedway Boulevard. Anything for the office, and they can definitely fix you up. So, hey, Ernie, you received an award the other night, and it was presented to you by Tony Glover, and you guys made one hell of a team. What made you guys so good?
I mean, you had good things with. Am I on?
You're on.
Yep.
Yeah, I had good things. It's Larry McClure had some good people there. Runt Pittman, good motors. Tony was a really good crew chief. And it just, if I had something good under me, I could kind of drive the car pretty good. So really fortunate in being able to get that and be able to race for those people.
Yeah, okay. Hey, if you guys were here the other day for the beach parade, you saw the fantastic flyover by the Spruce Creek Gaggle. These are a bunch of guys that have their own planes that they put on shows, and they do a lot of charity work and everything. How about the Gaggle? Are they
Are
here?
they here?
Today?
You guys here? Raise your hand.
Where's the Gaggle?
I know they're here somewhere. They're being bashful.
They're there someplace. but
Hope they're not drinking
Put on
and
a good
flying.
show. Yeah.
No drinking and flying, guys. The girls.
Speaking of real quick, Ernie, your son Jared, he's
Yep.
now a pilot. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's flying for Air Alliance.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a private company that you call up and say, hey, I want to fly to so-and-so. And they meet you with an airplane and
Yeah,
fly you
he's
someplace.
ready to go.
So that's good.
Yeah, I got to ask you, and Donnie, we talked about how close you came to winning the Daytona 500, but I have to ask Jeff and Ernie this question. What the hell is it like to win the Daytona 500? Tell me. We'll start with you, Jeff.
I can't remember. It's so long ago. Yeah, I remember more the ones I almost won.
Hell.
Yeah.
The year after I won in '86, I ran out of gas with a half lap to go. I remember losing that race.
Those
too.
are the ones you remember.
Oh, they certainly are.
Yeah. The ones you should have had. But what was it like?
Well, for me, I don't know about Ernie, it was a dream come true. My dream coming to Daytona when I was a kid was to go back there one day and race and win the Daytona 500. And I did it fairly early in my Cup career.
Yeah,
I mean,
correct.
my gosh. And so in Victory Lane, my wife and I were, crying, and I said, what do I do now? I accomplished my dream. And, of course, it didn't take long to figure out. I just wanted to win some more.
Yeah. What about you, Ernie?
I mean, I never realized how big the Daytona 500 was. I mean, when I won it, it's like, wow, okay, I went to the White House for a state dinner. I thought it was a steak dinner. And
I
so
didn't go to the White House.
Yeah, well, because you did it too early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I won in '91. So that was when it was more sophisticated cars, things like that. Jeff did it when they barely had rubber wheels. So I mean,
Donnie,
the Daytona
he's
500 is
talking
awesome.
about us.
Yeah.
Now, this guy should have had at least 3 Daytona 500s.
Should have
right
had
here.
3, absolutely.
You're that close to getting 3
Yeah.
Daytona 500s, right?
Yeah.
You had the 179, 4. Okay.
Pull it up closer, Buzz.
69, 70, 74, and 79.
Oh, I forgot about, okay, right. I forgot about the 74. Bad air jack, right?
74
Yeah.
was when I ran over that piece of metal in the tri-oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it blew the tire off the right rear wheel, inner liner and all.
Really?
And it moved so quick, we used to have chains to keep the spring in the socket. And when you made pit stop,
Yep.
it moved so quick the spring came out of the socket and it was hung up. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. We were honored enough to have Jeff Bodine as a guest here maybe about a year ago. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Ernie, you were in the crowd. And I didn't realize how close you guys were as friends. Tell us about how that friendship evolved between you two.
We quit racing.
You what?
We quit racing against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never liked Rusty at all. Where'd Rusty go? We never got along good on the racetrack. We're buddies now. You talk about your kids. Ernie and Kim's boy lived with Lori and I for 3 months as he's going to pilot school.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, competition ruins friendship.
It was an easy fit.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. What do you think, Ernie?
I mean, I didn't really know Jeff a lot when I was racing because, you don't really want to have friends that you race against. Me and Mark Martin were pretty good friends just because I don't think we ever hit each other. And me and Jeff never hit each other, I don't think.
I can't remember.
If we did, it might have been problems.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So it was. We were both very fortunate to be able to race in the Cup Series and being able to do all that and be able to sit here today talk about it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what? They always used the phase back in the day. And don't get me wrong, I love NASCAR. Even to this day, I was in ownership for 20 years. But, I don't see the sport as being what it is now to the way it used to be. I don't want accolades for thinking that way. But, back in the day, Jeff Bodine, you were the man. I mean, you were the guy that could run head-to-head with Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Well, we all did up here. I mean,
Well,
Rusty,
I know, but-
we all
but-
did, but
Yeah, but you did.
nothing's the same.
Yeah, nothing's the same.
You've
as it
changed
used
a little bit in the last 40 years. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all do. Everything's changed, and sometimes we like change. Sometimes we don't like change. We like the way it used to be racing.
But you guys were there at the time where stadium after stadium after stadium were filled up
Well, yeah.
with all the fans. It's just not that way anymore, and I'm ashamed that it's not like that, and I'm sorry it's not like that. But, tell me about the competition that you had with Dale Earnhardt Sr., and don't be shy about it.
Oh, he won't now.
Read my book. These things up on the wall, they've ruined racing as far as going to the racetrack. You don't need to go to the racetrack anymore. You can watch it on TV.
Yeah, you got television.
And so
You got the big screens.
They make a lot of money with the TV, but it's ruined fans from going to races. So Dale Earnhardt Sr., we all had issues with Dale, but we all wish he was still here.
Very definitely.
And I'll guarantee you, he wouldn't like the way NASCAR is either, because we don't, but, we don't like change. We like the way it
In
used to be.
1987, you and Dale had one hell of a year together. You were competing against each other. A lot of banging and beating up each other. 1988, NASCAR finally called you in. Richard Childress, Dale Sr., yourself. Tell me what that meeting was like when you met with Bill France
forgot.
Sr.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Don't pull no punches.
It's in the
time-
book.
It's
It's
in the
in
book.
the
It's in the
book.
book.
It is in the book.
Give us a preload. Come
No,
on
we
now.
just got her.
Don't cheat us.
We just got her butts chewed out. It was funny because I'll be quick.
Let me tell you a little story about Jeff, okay? Jeff came down from the north to race, and everybody said that Yankees come down here to run with us. Well, he wins the race right away, so then he became a damn Yankee.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was from then on. And you talk about Dale Sr. Dale Sr. was about as good a guy as you could get if you was in the shop or hunting with him or something like that.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Ernie knows.
Out of these three drivers sitting right here, I'll speak for me and him. Dale Earnhardt never intimidated us.
Oh, hell no. No way.
Hey, this is how brave I am. I went up to him one day and said, people call you intimidator. I call you the exterminator. He said a few words to me.
Exterminator.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a real quick story about Earnhardt. We was at Charlotte Motor Speedway when I drove Foss's car, and he ran into me coming down the front straightaway in practice. Hard. So we got down to turn one. When I got slowed down, I felt him get against my back bumper, and I just put the brakes on. I stopped him coming off turn two. He come beside me. I shook my finger at him. Well, I come around in the pits, and I was parked on this side of the garage area, the old garage at that time, and they were parked on the other side. Well, I got out of the car, and I started around that way. Well, my crew knew something was wrong. They didn't know what. So I got down there, and Chocolate Myers right away came over to me. I said, "You just get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to talk to Dale." Dale had one leg still in the car, one on the ground. And I said, Dale, if you ever run into me in practice again like that, I said, I'm going to wreck your ass, then I'm going to whip your ass.
Hey, those were the days.
Yeah, that's real racing.
And we never had a problem after that.
Dale, oh, hell no.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our own NASCAR triumvirate here, okay?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it don't get no better.
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. At Beach Boys Embroidery and Tees, it's all about making you happy. Beach Boys Embroidery can customize your athletic golf apparel, caps, hats, badges, buttons, magnets, backpacks, bags, totes, clocks, watches, oh, and of course, T-shirts. Sure, they're at 2033 South Ridgewood Avenue in South Daytona, and they're waiting for you to call now. 386-255-5880. Beach Boys Embroidery and Tees. Let Aloha Marine get you on the water with huge discounts on great brands like Bayliner, Carolina Skiff, Hurricane, Key West, and Regal. Pay as little as $169 a month with 10% down and approved credit. Don't wait. Get to Aloha Marine, 1700 North Nova Road, Holly Hill, Monday through Saturday. 47 years and always better than boat show prices. We're back from where it all began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim, and co-host, Gary Keller.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We thank you for coming today, and we hope you're having a good time. And this segment's being brought to you locally by the Homewood Suites by Hilton over on Bill France Boulevard. You might have a hard time getting a room there now, but after that, check it out. They got complimentary breakfast and the complimentary happy hour, and every room's a suite, and they're good people, and they help sponsor the show. So if you know anybody that's coming to town, go ahead and hook them up with Homewood Suites by Hilton, right?
Yes, I agree. So, Jeff, you never did tell us about the meeting. What was it like? With Richard and Dale and yourself, who do you have there to represent you?
No, me. Rick Henrik was there also, but
Rick?
It was just between Bill France, Jr., Earnhardt, and myself.
So what was it like? You got to tell us. Now,
well,
don't hold back.
Well, he sat across from me, and Bill Jr. was at the head of the table, and he asked Earnhardt to direct me twice on Saturday and Sunday's race in Charlotte. And he'd ask Dale, what happened Saturday's race? Well, Billy, dang, I just changed tires and Bodine didn't. I caught him and I was going to go under him off turn 2 and my left front hit the apron and shot me up into him. I just made a mistake. I made a mistake.
He never said that.
And Bill had a VCR tape of both races. He said, we're not going to have to watch this because I know we're going to work it out. He said, well, what happened Sunday's race? Billy, damn, and I know you can't do this. You can't go inside a guy in turn 3 at Charlotte and you get loose. And I drove in there and got loose. I just made a mistake. I looked at Dale and I said, Dale,
made a mistake.
I said, Dale, for somebody supposed to be so damn good, you make a lot of mistakes. I said, Mr. France, we need to see this video. He showed it. He was just running into me. And he did. He said, Dale, looks like you didn't turn when you got to turn 3. And so then we got our asses chewed out. Yeah.
The man who never backed down from Dale Sr., ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Bodine.
And that,
he never backed down.
Oh, yeah. No, don't say it. And that scene is in the movie Days of Thunder. Who's watched that movie? Days of Thunder? Yeah. It's in the scene. And they changed it up a little bit. On the way to dinner, they had Dale and I wrecking 2 cars. And I'm driving Dale, and Dale whacks me in the shoulder. I always like to hit you. He said, and Bill France and Rick Henrik and Childers were in front of us, another car. Give him a shot. I said, what? Hit me again. He wanted me to go give him a shot. I said, hey, we just got our asses chewed out. I'll pull over and let you do it. He wanted to get me in trouble again. But he wouldn't do it, so I didn't do it. But they had us wrecking going.
You know
again.
what was a shame about all this, and I know it's easy to talk after somebody dies, but you know, you made this statement in your book that Dale Sr. made the comment, and you realized after his death how much he hated you. I don't believe that in my mind about Dale Sr. I don't ever believe he hated anybody, especially a competitor, as well as he knew how competitive you were.
My microphone just broke. No, Dale Jr. told me that, and I was really surprised. Hate's a big word. Yeah, it really is. It's a terrible word. I didn't like Ernie for a while. I didn't like Rusty for a while because we're in competition. I love him now, but like and love are two different things. I never liked my brothers when they were racing with me. I loved them, but I didn't like them. And Dale, I was on a show, and Dale told me a lot of stories about what Dale Jr. told me a lot of stories about what his father did. Robert G., who ran a late model car for Rick Hendrick, he was Dale Jr.'s grandfather.
Yes.
So he loved his grandfather. He'd wear his T-shirts, Levi Garrett number 5, and hats and stuff. And he'd tell me if he and his brother and sister were wearing those hats and shirts, he'd come in there and rip them off, stomp on them, and burn them. He said, and he told me, my dad really hated you. And he said, I don't know where, he told us on another project, I don't know where Bodine got that information. I don't know. Why would he ever say that? I called him up and said, Dale, if either you or your sister, if no one, the only two people that I would have believed was you or your sister, and you told me that your dad hated me. That's the only reason it's in the book. Who's written a book? Donnie has. When you write a book, it's supposed to be honest, right?
Yeah.
No fluff. You just put it in there, and that's why it's in the book.
That's hard for me to believe, though. I can't believe how anybody would hate you, especially Dale Sr., when he knew how competitive you were. I mean, there's people you dislike along the way.
That's why I hate him, because he was a competitor.
Yeah.
Honey, none of us liked each other when we was racing.
Yeah.
I liked you because you helped me a little bit.
That was after we were
Ernie was too damn
after we were out of the car. Not while we were in it.
Ernie, you were always so easy. You just spoke with your actions.
I tried to. Sometimes it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it? Say that again.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with my actions, but sometimes my actions weren't real good. So sometimes I had to actually apologize to the drivers at the drivers meeting one time because I was driving a little bit rough and probably more I was driving stupid.
He had a nickname there named Swervin' Urban, so that tells it all.
You better talk if you want.
I heard you got called into the trailer too.
You
What was
better
that
talk
like?
if you want to enter.
What'd they say to you, Ernie? Come on.
Well, they just told me, they said, hey, do you really like motorsports and racing in NASCAR? I said, yeah. So you better straighten up or else you won't be. Said, and I went, oh, really? Well, that day I asked, it was actually not Bill France, but it was actually, wasn't Mike Helton, but
Les Richter? No.
Les Richter and, man, who was the guy that kind of bald-headed guy, kind of small, short? Yeah, I know. But yeah, you're short too. But yeah, it was Dick Beatty. It was Dick Beatty. And so I asked him, I said, hey,
Okay, yeah, Dick Beatty.
can I, at the
I'm
driver's meeting,
gray-headed, but I ain't bald.
if I was
No, you're
there,
not.
at the driver's meeting, can I stand up and say something? And I said, I want to just, state that I'm really apologize. And he's like, we've never had somebody do that. Let me do some investigating and try to find out. Finally, he came to me and he said, you can do that. I'll call you up one time. And so yeah, they called me up, and so I, state, it's like, hey, I've driven a little rough. drove a little bad. I mean, I've kind of created enemies in the garage area. I want to be liked in the garage area, and I want to, I'm going to do my best to drive better and all that stuff.
You made the public apology more or less, didn't you?
And I don't know if
that
Rusty's...
takes a hell of a man.
I don't know if it's Rusty still here, but I remember seeing Rusty in the
meeting?
In the meeting, and I've seen video of it. Rusty's like, yeah. So, I mean, the thing is Rusty told me later, he said, we're going to see if you meant it. Your actions are going to speak for it. And so it just so happened that I still drove really hard and tried to be really fast and really kind of respect my fellow competitor and do my best not to bump into him.
Yeah.
So it was really good words of advice. I would have never made it as far as I did in NASCAR if that hadn't happened, I don't think.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Yeah, can I take a break?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break.
Ladies
We'll be
and
right back
gentlemen,
with
the
Donnie,
legend.
Jeff,
What do you
and Ernie.
think?
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. Daytona Flea and Farmers Market is still the one for great savings and the best variety. Whether you need flowers and trees for your home or you're looking for great prices on Daytona Beach souvenirs, the market is the place to go. The market features 1,000 booths, 2 air-conditioned malls, a restaurant, and 9 snack shacks. Hops Grill features gourmet burgers and garden blend salads. Treat yourself to a great variety of brat and hot dog creations at the Dog House, or enjoy a refreshing drink at the Seltzer Oasis. The market is open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and is 90% undercover, so you can shop rain or shine. There's never a charge for parking or admission. Enjoy our monthly classic car cruise-in on the first Saturday of every month, and garage sale weekend, the third weekend of every month. See all we have to offer at DaytonaFleaMarket.com or like us on Facebook. Discover Daytona's most unique shopping experience, the Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, just a mile west of the Speedway. We're back from where it all began, racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim, and co-host, Gary Keller.
All righty. Thank you so much, everybody. Hey, there's something I've got to clear up here. There's this urban legend going around that said that an Allison never won at Martinsville. Now, that's a bunch of baloney. You won at Martinsville, didn't you?
In a cup car, no.
No, not in a cup car.
In a modified.
Modified. You drove the Wood Brothers?
Wood Brothers modified.
That was a hell of a car, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Leonard's got it all back together with a race engine and everything in it now, and I had to get past permission to drive it. But you know, that was quite a trip. I went up there and ran the 100-lap race, and Bobby drove Jack Tant's spare car, Ray Hendricks's car, and he beat me. I run second, he run first, I run second. Well, then we're coming for the Cardinal 300, and I told Leonard I'm not worried about it. I'm going to get a left rear tire to get the right stagger, a Hoosier tire. And I knew I had one for my super modified at home. I couldn't find one. And I thought I had one, but I didn't. So Leonard and I are standing out there to sign in for the 300. And Ron Harris, his guy, pulls up in a truck, and there's one of those tires on the tire rack. And I told Leonard, I said, there's the tire we need right there. He went and got Glenn. Glenn gave, I know the guy's name but I can't call it, but he gave him $100 and 2 race mats for 1000s for that one tire.
Really?
And I put it on, I won that race. Were you at that race? I don't know who was there.
Yeah.
I might have been watching.
Yeah.
But you know what, Donnie? You won 10 times in the NASCAR series. And I don't know how many top 10s you had. But, you know, it's not easy when you have a brother by the name of Bobby Allison, who was an absolute irreputable legend in his own right, but you represented yourself damn well, my man.
Yes.
You did. And that's why you are in the Hall of Fame, my man. You are a Hall of Famer beyond a shadow of a doubt. What do you think, Bud?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Hall of Famer right here.
Hall of Famer, Donnie Allison, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very
and
much.
And you deserve it. And you know what? We got two other guys here that for the hell life been on me, I don't understand why you guys are not Hall of Famers. It makes no sense. And I know you guys aren't going to tell me why, in your opinion, but you know, I don't get it. I don't understand that. You guys are true legends in my mind. I've been around the sport for a long time. I was in ownership for 20 years. I saw what you guys did. What was it like, Donnie, watching these two guys come into as rookies into the Cup Series? What was it like to watch these guys?
Well, I really paid a little bit more attention to Jeff. We became, I won't say friends necessarily, but a little bit of acquaintance. And I watched him. He's also got brothers that race, you know, and you got to be careful because if you give one of them accolades, you make the other one mad. But let me tell you what, this Bodine could drive.
Yeah, no doubt.
This Bodine could drive.
But Donnie, thank you. But what I learned early in my career is if I build a better car, it was easier to win. And that's the key. I still build race cars. I love that. I always designed and built my own cars. And God gave me that talent to do that. I was an okay driver, but I thought I was just a better builder.
Oh, just an okay driver.
No, you just got to look everything he got in, he ran good in. You know, and I was fortunate. Ernie was fortunate. And I think that separates the men from the boys. I drove numbers of race cars, and I won. And so it couldn't have all been luck.
You know what, Donnie? You were always kind of taking second best cars, too. Bobby always got the winners, and I know you got second best. Buzz and I know that. But you made the best of all the opportunities you ever have, and that's why you are a Hall of Famer.
That's all we can do in life, folks. Just make the best of what we have. Life is tough. Racing was tough. We're just talking about it. We're very blessed. We're still here. We survived.
I got to ask Ernie this question. When you were welding those grandstands at Charlotte International Speedway, did you ever think that you had that bright of a future in NASCAR?
Never. I mean,
Never in a million years?
No, I mean, it was just kind of like a dream.
Yeah.
And
I don't think anybody did.
You just don't understand that. I mean, when I was welding the seats, it was just, we'd go in like 4 in the morning because it's hot in the afternoon. And
so you were welding at night?
Right. Well, no, like 4 in the morning, and then it's like because they paid for each section. So I would get up earlier so that way I could start doing it earlier, and so I could do a little bit more because you paid by that, and so I just figured it's like, hey, and they're only going to give you so many. You weld all the seats in, and we had 5 or 6 people doing it. So
I mean, things happened for you fast. It wasn't drawn out. It happened fast. From 87 on to 91. I mean, those 4 years were they flew by for you, I'm sure. But all the accolades that you accomplished were right in that payload. Am I correct?
No, I mean, it really was. I mean, it's just, one thing led to another. And, obviously getting Earnhardt to sponsor the car gave us credibility. And that led us to the next deal with DK and then Junie Dunleavy and then the Kodak car with Tony Glover and Larry McClure. So those things all happened quick from the 96, 86 to like a 91 at the 500. So it did happen fast.
Yeah, it did happen. How about you, Jeff? Did it happen pretty quick for you?
Oh, heck yeah. I started racing when I was 5 years old. It only took me that long to get I was 32 when I got the Cup full time, so I happened really quick.
I got to ask you.
If you have a dream, and most people do have dreams in life. You've got to work at it to make it come true.
Yeah.
This guy worked at it. This guy worked at it. We all worked at it.
It goes by so fast.
You don't just wake up one morning and become a race driver. You got to work at it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you do in life, folks. Just work, and you can accomplish anything you want. We have a great president.
Well, yeah.
Then you can get right there.
Well, now we're talking a different thing, yeah.
Okay, hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Be
One
right
more
back.
break. We'll
Stay
be back
tuned,
with the
ladies and
guys here.
gentlemen.
Out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing Radio Show. Welcome to Homewood Suites by Hilton in Daytona Beach. You're right in the middle of all the action. Daytona International Speedway, the airport, One Daytona, Florida's newest entertainment and retail destination, and of course, the world's most famous beach. You'll love our newly remodeled 1 and 2 bedroom suites, along with our popular King Studios. You won't need your full kitchen, as Homewood Suites Daytona serves up complimentary breakfast and evening social. It's like home away from home. Go to HomewoodDaytona.com for Homewood Suites by Hilton in Daytona Beach. We're back from where it all began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing Radio Show continues with your host, Buzz McKim, and co-host, Gary Keller.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, we do appreciate that. We're here with Donnie Allison, Jeff Bodine, and Ernie Irvin. And, you know, a lot of folks might not realize it, but Jeff is a heck of an engineer. You've done a lot of engineering work in racing. And you had a little Valiant years ago, modified, coolest looking thing I've ever seen, and that really put you on the map, didn't it?
Yeah, that car was special. I never drove a Valiant on a highway, but I drove it on a racetrack. It had a big flat roof. I was just telling Donnie, big flat roof. I just put it at an angle and made like a wing. And we didn't know a lot about aerodynamics back in those days, but I knew a little bit, and yeah, that car was fast. It had a lot of things that NASCAR eventually outlawed. Open to rear axle and engines way over to the left. But yeah, I enjoyed. That's how I learned. If I build a better car, it was easier to go fast. So I just built a better car.
What about the bobsled?
The bobsled.
Think about that. I mean, you did that for the country.
Yeah. Again, the Lord gave me inspiration to do that, gave me the ability to do that, and I founded the project. I didn't build them all. I had friends up in Connecticut that built. We used to build race cars together, so I knew they could do it for me, and I just had to win races to pay for it. That's all.
I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen, for one moment here. When Donnie Allison drove race cars, there was no power steering. Who comes along but Jeff Bodine? He innovates power steering. I mean, who the hell thinks about that? And who goes to NASCAR and says, hey, this is what we should be doing? And then on top of that, Buzz, he says a full face mask.
That's right.
I mean, it's all attributed to you. I mean, think about that. What do you think?
The Lord blessed me in all this stuff, and I take credit for all the bad things I've done in life, which are a lot, but all the good stuff the Lord gave me the idea for. You know, when I ran power steering at North Wilkesboro when I started driving for Cliff Stewart. Yeah. And Dale Bryan, crew chief, said, I guess you want to put that on. I said, I got him all the parts. We put it on. And ran the race. Well, Darrell Waltrip went to NASCAR and said to Bill France, Billy, everyone called him Billy. I called him Mr. France. But anyway, Billy, if that boy's power steering breaks, he's going to wreck everybody. He tried to get rid of it. Well, he didn't. Well, it was a few races after that. Bobby Allison put it on for Dover.
You don't know.
Dover, Delaware.
You don't know the story like I do. Bobby came home from that race when you ran it the first time. He said, Jeff Bodine had power steering on his car. I'm going to put it on my car. And he did right away. But I mean.
But no, the story is Dover, I was leading with like 10 to go. Who comes in my mirror? Bobby Allison. Passed me, 10 to go. He won the race. I finished second. Guess who had power steering the next week? Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Imagine
Senior.
that.
And he told me, he used to say, well, just do some more push-ups. You just need to build your muscles up.
Yeah.
They didn't understand what power steering was. It made you set your front end better to handle better.
Right.
It wasn't all about easy steering.
What do you think, Ernie? These drivers of today, when they see you in the pits, Jeff Bodine, they should cowtail to your ass. I'm telling you.
Well, Rick Hendrick told the story about if I didn't win Martinsville, there wouldn't be a Hendrick Motorsport to all his drivers. And I looked at Gordon and Junior were there, and Darrell Waltrip drove some, so Kenny Schrader's there. I said, well, you believe that? Well, hell yeah, Rick just told us. I said, well, don't you guys think you owe me something? They all became zillionaires, millionaires, and I'm living on Social Security. And Jeff Gordon, now, this is a funny story. He said, the check will be in the mail. Of course, every time I saw Jeff, I haven't got the check. What you move? I'll send you another one. Yeah. We're in Daytona last year for Hendrick's 50th year in racing, whatever it was. And we're in the victory lane, and we're up there talking, people out there. And I told that story. And I'm looking over at Gordon. He's reaching in his pocket. My microphone's going bad. He's reaching in his pocket. I said, damn, I'm going to get a damn check. That's about time. He came over with $20, or no, $40 a year for every year of, a dollar for every year of Hendrick Motorsports. I said, no, I want a couple more zeros on it. And he had to borrow the money from somebody else to give me. He had two $20 bills. But don't all you folks think they owe me something?
Yeah.
I think so.
I agree.
I guess they don't either.
I mean, I love you. I know you love Mr. H. I know you get it, okay? And I know he loves you. I don't understand why you're not a Donnie Allison, I don't understand why you're not a multi-millionaire, because you actually were an intricate part of making NASCAR what it was from 1979 on Wide World of Sports. Do you remember, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, it was then where it all happened.
He's the one that made it.
He's the one that made it.
That's the only reason TV got interested.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk to Elon Musk next time I meet him, if I ever do.
They told me the check was in the mail.
Yeah.
What about what Bobby used to always say? That Cale was beating his fist up with his face.
Yeah.
Bobby used to say it all the time.
But you guys are so innovative in your own right, and you've made a great living. You've made the best out of what you had, and that's what great admiration, don't you think, Buzz?
Oh, absolutely. And then Donnie was quite a mentor to a lot of drivers, like Ryan Newman, people like that. You worked with a lot of the guys, didn't you, as a mentor?
Yeah, well, I had people help me. Ralph Moody was just got in the Hall of Fame this past induction. Really helped me a lot, and I feel like I could drive a race car pretty good, but any information I could get, I felt like it helped me out, because I was smart enough to use what of it I could use and put the rest of it in the garbage can.
Yeah, there
I
you
used to, now I'm telling you about this guy here especially, Ernie too, but this guy. I used to watch him drive that modified, and this guy could drive. Now, when you get in a modified and run like he ran the modifieds, you know how to drive a race car. You know how to work the gas pedal. You know how to work the brake pedal. Everything. You get in a cup car or a Grand National like we got in, it was really not important for Nombre.
Well, I can't believe we've come to the end of the show.
Okay, Ernie, if you had not gotten hurt, you had another 7 years left in your ass. Am I right?
I think so.
Absolutely. What do you think, Jeff? This was one hell of a driver here now.
No doubt about it,
Yeah, no doubt about it. It just came natural for all three of you guys.
If I hadn't got hurt the first time, because when I came back, I was about 60 or 70% of what I was. So I don't know what I would have been able to do if I hadn't got hurt the first time.
You know, if I wasn't 76 years old, I should still be driving. If this guy wasn't 85,
Absolutely.
85, he'd still be out there. How old are you, Ernie?
I'm 67.
Okay, so
It does not get any better, folks. Right here. If you have anything to say about Hall of Famers, let's vote these two guys in. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
You got
you.
my vote. Yeah. Hey, don't forget the
Appreciate it.
books.
Don't
We got-
forget the books.
Yeah, we got all of it for Jeff, and we've got Donnie Allison's book here, and we got the vodka.
We got the
And-
vodka, Jeff and Ernie's vodka. Purple Jesus, my moonshine, just a quick plug. Yeah. Half the audience is messed up because of this little bottle right here.
Okay, everybody, we'll have a great Daytona 500, and we'll see you next
What
week.
a great show. What do you think?
Take care.
Thank you.
Tell us how much you appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
The Legends of Racing radio show originates live from the very spot where beach racing began, racing's North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. Join us next time for the Legends of Racing radio show with host Buzz McKim and co-host Gary